Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. Solana also following here the expectations, nothing too new. We talked about this wave 4 in pink, which peaked up here perfectly at the 50% Fibonacci retracement level. This is one of the ideal retracement levels for a wave 4. We can see that here 50%, that was at 35.28. It did go a little bit higher with the wick to nearly $36, but it certainly reacted to the 50% Fibonacci level, and you can see how relevant again this Fibonacci level actually is. And then we started our move down, and what I told you would be already with a high likelihood a wave 1 down, then a wave 2 up, and we looked at the retracement levels for that wave 2 up as well, and it reached the 38.2% Fib level also for wave 2, okay, in a very weak market environment, which it is at the moment. And then we started to move our way down now in a very strong and very impulsive wave 3, in what I believe is a wave 3. That is how it's looking like and how it was laid out on this roadmap. So this a wave 3, in my opinion, not yet finished. If this is the wave count, then there would be a wave 4 to the upside and a wave 5 to the downside, depending on how long this all plays out. Well, and that last wave then here, the wave 5 in yellow, would ideally complete all of these waves of the entire correction of Solana, which means here the price has a good chance to turn around and go back to new all-time highs. I don't think we're finished yet, but we need to be aware that every low could now be the last one. I also made you aware that this here looked a bit like you can call that a bearish flag, or here even an ascending broadening wedge, which is also a bearish pattern really. And we clearly broke out to the downside. I gave you support here, which is the 88.7% Fibonacci retracement level of the entirety of that large all-time high move. So you can see that here, and then we came down here into the region between the 88.7% Fibonacci retracement level at 29.40 and the 78.6% Fib level at $55. And we also broke now the 88.7% level again, which we did before. We recovered then in this wave 4, and we're now heading further down in this fifth wave, and this fifth wave should be the last wave. So I told you obviously that this could, you can count this bullish as well. You can count this as a possible breakout to the upside, but not high confidence yet. Two reasons for that. Two reasons were, one reason was I still expected a lower low for Bitcoin, which to be fair is happening right at this moment. The other one is that we need to get confirmation really that we are returning and reversing the trend, that we have to go into a bullish wave count, and not have so many overlaps in the chart. It still looks very corrective. It's also a corrective pattern. We also want to break out of this descending channel here on the Solana chart, which to be fair we haven't managed to do. So nothing unusual happened, and nothing that would give me high confidence in saying the low for Solana was already in. So since we were starting to move down here anyway, and before anyway also, because I gave you the price target between $29 and $55, but it's continued to adhere very well to the Elliott wave count. And that is also a reason why I think the forecast here was really, really good, because when you are in the right wave, and when you have picked the right wave count with your Elliott wave analysis, that can really give you a good indication of where the price will be heading. Because when you can obviously count this in different ways, but when you have figured out the right wave count, you can very accurately forecast the next price moves. And I also gave you here the target for the wave 5. We can do that again. I'm talking about the wave 5 in pink down there, which would complete ideally the overall correction. So we take the length of the wave 1, we add it to the high of the wave 4 here, and then we get a target in the 1.618 Fibonacci extension of $19.70, so just below $20. That would be a perfect target for that wave 5 in pink. That's still what I expect. No guarantee to get there. Unfortunately, there's never a guarantee. And as soon as I see it reverse, I will let you know. But this would be what I'm expecting here based on this wave count, until I see a breakout or anything more bullish in the chart against the level 4 high here at 35, pretty much $36. My focus will be on the downside, and I still expect prices to reach that area. Maybe not exactly $19 or $20, but sort of in the region. Because also if I look, or if I zoom out a little bit, you can see in June, July, I believe May 21, this was sort of the region where we had a lot of support before. Sort of in a region here between $21, from starting here, $19 to $22 basically. This was sort of a range of support. And I could very well imagine that also here going forward, that this will be an area of support, especially as the target for the wave 5 here in pink, which would here complete the yellow wave pattern, because these 5 waves are part of the wave 5 in pink here. This could really be the completion of all of it. Yeah. So looking forward to getting this done. Interestingly, Bitcoin has made a lower low this morning. Yeah, it might not be morning where you are, but here in the UK, Bitcoin has made a lower low, whereas the altcoins, some of the altcoins like Solana, like Cardano, haven't. Ethereum also made a lower low, has recovered since then. Very, very interesting. A lot of weakness in the Bitcoin chart, whereas the altcoins are actually holding quite well, which on the other hand is not too surprising given that they have dropped so much. So generally on the altcoins, looking at their charts, the downside potential is really very limited because they have come all the way to the 88.7% Fibonacci retracement level already, or many even much lower. Yeah. So while Bitcoin is down like 5% today, ADA isn't really down a lot. For example, Solana here, yeah, it is down, but it's not making lower lows because the recovery here in this way forward was much stronger. And generally, they are much more, you could consider oversold. They've had a beating much more than Bitcoin had. So it is really interesting. It will be an interesting weekend. If the weekend starts with a move like that on the Bitcoin chart, it will be very interesting. Looking at the indicators here, 4-hour chart, we can see that the bearishness increases. ADX is moving away here in a bearish way from the green line. The RSI again below 50 again. Here the MACD has just made a bearish crossover, prevented a cross of the 0 line. And also here on the daily chart, you can see that, it's pretty much just moving sideways, and maybe we get another bearish cross here, especially if on the 4 hours it is starting now. It is already translating over onto the 8-hour. You can see how this is already turning down. So when the 8-hour is turning down and we get a bearish cross here, this will translate over onto the daily. And when you get a bearish cross here on the daily, I think that is when we will have our last dump here, or the leading towards it. So we'll take a look. I'll keep you updated about Solana, as you know. Hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.